Good morning, dear viewers, and good afternoon who will be watching later in the afternoon. This is Teacher Ida Nabukenya from Trinity College Nabingo, and I wish you God's blessings. May the Spirit of the Lord fill us, and then we be blessed with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Dear viewers, dear learners, today we are going to look at family life in the present situation. Today, we want to look at the family life in our day-to-day lives. Don't forget that we are still conducting our lessons on family life. Now, when we look at our families today, we discover a lot that our families, they have so many features, so many characteristics, so many elements. So in this subtopic, let us look at the characteristics of families today in that family where you are, whether it is an extended family, it is a nuclear family. Just look at it critically, and then you will end up identifying some of the characteristics that we are going to discuss. You will even discover those that we have not discussed today here. But as a wise student, you will note down and add on what we have not presented in this lesson. Let us look at the characteristic number one. Today, in our families today, parents prefer to produce few children whom they can care for when it comes to good education, taking them to good hospitals, giving them the best clothes they can, and then providing the best balanced diet in terms of food. That is why parents prefer few children in their families. The other characteristics that most of our families today are nuclear. Remember, we said the nuclear family is that family where we have mommy, daddy, and their biological children. So most of the relatives are kept out of this family. When you look at our families today, most of them are headed by children. Why is this? Because most of the parents are dead and they end up staying alone. That is why we have so many families headed by children today. It may not, thank God that you're not in that family headed by your elder brother or your elder sister. But there are those ones who are in such a condition. Then we have a lot of individualism in our families. That is another critical characteristic. That whatever you have belongs to only you. I want you to take an observation at home. When mom is talking about her car, he said, "Go in my car." She will never say, "Go in our car." When you're talking about the house, you'll say, "In my house." You'll never say, "In our house." That is being individualistic. So everything is personalized. That is a common characteristic. Then when we look at the single adults, most people today are single. They are living lives alone. Some due to health problems, some due to religious influence, like they are priests, they are nuns in the convent, or some because they are poor, they cannot afford to get married. And they believe that the little that they have, when they bring in a wife, when they bring in children, then things are going to be so hard for them. They decide to live single lives. Some families are headed by women. Most of our families, our mothers are the head. Why? Because maybe our fathers or their husbands are dead. And some of them have turned to be sugar mummies. They don't want to be disturbed. So they keep on grabbing young men and they give them their riches and they cohabit with them. Look around and you'll identify these families. Men have opted to marry only one wife. Why are they marrying one wife? Because of health problems, because of poverty, because of religion. Because we know that our Christian life is only one wife. So some are so faithful to their God and then they remain with one woman. There are changing roles between men and women when you look at that family. Women provide for the family in terms of education, food, clothes, name it, the basic needs of family. And then men also do some house chores. You find that daddy is washing, is helping here in the garden. That is common characteristic. There is high rate of family instability. Our families are so much in fighting. Disagreements are there. Breakups. Most of them are caused due to poverty, religious differences, political differences. Name it, the list is endless. Then we have the intermarriages. In our families, you find that a Musoga is married to a Muganda is married to a Munyankole, and Iteso is marrying a Lugubara. That is a common characteristic of our families today. Then there is the increasing rate of single parents due to divorce and death. You find that some of our parents are single, raising us. Dad is dead, mom is dead. And others have just separated and divorced and they call it quits. So they are heading the families alone. Like I said, that you'll discover so many characteristics of our families when you look at your family, your neighbor's family, uncle's family, the auntie's family. As you discover those unique features, add them, and then we shall discuss them. Or you may even send us your questions in our website. Then let us look at the reasons for the increased number of female-headed families today. We have said that one of the characteristics is families being headed by women. One, there is increased the death rate of men due to AIDS, cancer, wars. So you find that women are the ones heading the families. We have the act of divorce where a man and woman separate. They divorce completely and they go their separate ways. Then you find that the woman is left with the children and she's taking care of them, hence increasing the number of female-headed families. The unexemplary behaviors of the married couples or married people face many women to live single lives, or when they marry for some time with the target of getting children. Then after they separate with their husbands and they stay single, heading and managing their homes and their children. The high numbers of women compared to men, because our population census show that the number of women are so many compared to men. So men tend to leave the women to take care of the families. They go on marrying and producing. So when you get a child with him, then he will go to another woman who is ready and single. So to take care of that one. Then the Christian marriages which advocate for only monogamy has left many women to head their families. Most of the men today are sticking to one woman. And if things go wrong and they get a side dish, they will just produce children and then come back to their homes, then leaving the other one to stay with the children and take care of them. We have the influence from Western culture. Most of the women today are copying women in the foreign countries like Europe, USA. We have women in the UK who take their family headship. So when women in Uganda look at that, they think it is trendy and they end up following in their footsteps. We have the increasing immorality as women cohabit with young men for sexual satisfaction. You have so many of these women. We have Shanita Namimba, aka Bad Black. That is a very good example to women who have made themselves sugar Mummies, for her target is the young boys. She will use you, then after take on another one. So that one has made so many women to head families. Now, dear viewers, having discussed all that, I encourage you to watch the news, to read newspapers, to ask Mr. Google, to read so many books. You'll find out so many other reasons why women are heading families today. But now today, I want to leave you with this exercise, this assignment. Make thorough research about it. Explain the problems created by HIV/AIDS in families today. Those HIV/AIDS, we know it. In Uganda here we call it CRE. Which problems are created, which effects are created by HIV/AIDS in our families. For more information, go to that link. You go to the website of Tricona and then you'll get more information. Do not forget to write down your notes. And also get a book where to summarize all of the questions that we are doing. And don't forget to give examples. Do not forget to qualify a point that needs to be, or a question that needs to be qualified. May the good Lord bless you, keep you safe, and then love your book. Bye for now.